Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. And boy, howdy, there's a lot to talk about. Very big thank you to everyone out there who leaves a like on the video. It helps out the channel immensely. We have excuse me. We have officially entered I don't want to say insanity land, but so you know how like the cryptocurrency space has, like in the last like 15 years, been getting a lot of attention paid to it, and none more so than in 2025. We have had so much money being thrown at the market as of late that it kind of feels like, the phrase like close your eyes, like throw a dart, kind of like just see where it lands. The SEC announced 2 months ago, somewhere around there, that they were going to have a rule change. And the rule change was basically that if you have a coin and the coin has been present on a derivatives platform, once again, they used Coinbase as the example, and that coin has had a futures product on Coinbase or other derivatives exchanges for longer than 6 months. I have to keep reiterating it because it is a gigantic rule change. That basically your coin is kind of a shoe-in to get an ETF. You've seen the last like month or so, like all the information and all the energy that we're getting surrounding ETFs. It mainly is because for a number of coins, it's kind of a last-ditch effort. What am I doing? It's kind of a last-ditch effort to hope that institutions will throw some money at that coin and basically recreate the success of the original Bitcoin ETFs. For those of you who didn't see those videos, the BlackRock Bitcoin, I think it's called iShares ETF, I think it's the best performing ETF ever, or something like that, or within the shortest period of time. We had a lot of like charts showing it compared to gold, and gold did this, but Bitcoin did this, like that kind of thing. Basically, when the Ethereum ones were launched and took off, they made some pretty good money. But now the idea is the other popular coins, can they do the same? So for the first part, like I said, we are actually entering the people are going to try and start doing whatever they can to see if something actually ends up working or if that project is going to be successful. This is relatively similar to Grayscale a couple of years ago. Grayscale's original, they have like, they're not trust funds, but they are trust funds. Like the funds are called trusts, but they're not originally it was just Bitcoin, and then it was Ether, and then I think it was Cardano and XRP, and other coins started jumping in there. But if you look at the actual assets under management for a lot of their funds, Bitcoin's like up here, and some of the other coins are like maybe somewhere around here. There are two companies, unless this is one name, but there's an and there. Okay. A company by the name of Osprey and one called Rex Shares are back in the news. I believe they filed for crypto ETFs maybe a couple of months ago. Yeah, they're back with a vengeance because now they have filed for 21 different altcoin ETFs, and many of them actually have staking included in it. If you somehow missed that part of the storyline of 2025, the idea is basically, in a nutshell, in the future, if your coin doesn't do anything, people probably aren't going to deal with it. I know. So a lot of coins, a good handful of coins do have staking enabled on their chain. Got it? But a lot of other coins don't. And this is why we've heard of a lot of like, hey, Flare and this and what was it? Babylon tokens, baby tokens. It drives me absolutely insane that they chose that name. But moving forward, if your altcoin does not produce income in some sort of way, it's probably not going to be that popular. I actually found a list, and I was actually really, because most places that were talking about the actual 21 ETFs being filed kind of missed like 17 coins. Wouldn't you know it? Yeah, many of them were just talking about that certain coins that already had staking were going to be part of the actual application process. And it's like, well, where are the other actual coins? So, my friends, the ETF, there's a lot of, wow, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, there's maybe some favorites in here for some people. The first ETF filed is for Aave, AAVE. The second one, it'll be a staking ETF. It's for Cardano, ADA. The third one is for, I think it's called Cosmos. The ticker symbol is Atom. That'll also be a staking ETF. Avalanche will also be a staking ETF. Here's a dart throw. Bcash. Yeah, Bcash is also a filing. Kronos with staking as a filing. Polkadot with staking as a filing. ENA, ENA. Okay. Hedera. Yeah, a lot of Hedera attention the last month or so. The next coin is actually Hype. It's also a staking ETF. Engine, INJ. Also staking. Chainlink, normal ETF. Litecoin, normal ETF. Near Protocol, staking. OKB, ETF. SCI, also staking. SUI, also staking. Tau, also staking. Tron, also staking. And the last two are Uniswap. And the last one is Stellar Lumens. I'm actually quite surprised because usually when a lot of these companies are filing for ETFs, they tend to have like multiple variants of the same thing. So one will be like a Bitcoin, then a Bitcoin derivatives one, then a Bitcoin futures ETF, and then a Bitcoin income ETF, and then the Bitcoin happy birthday ETF. And it's like, okay, you just want Bitcoin. So yeah, as it stands, these coins, all of them, have been around, I think, for longer than a year. I don't check up that often on Coinbase futures or other derivatives products for every single coin. But if, as I stated in other videos, if the SEC has actually been honest and that rule change does apply, we're going to start seeing a lot more money thrown at a lot more different altcoins in the very near future. The bulk of these are going to be staking. The most interesting part, for those of you who didn't catch on, is that, and I'll use the W word, when all of these things eventually do launch in some form or fashion, they're not going to all receive the same amount of attention. So a lot of these coins are probably in the next few years going to disappear just because many of these protocols can do the exact same thing. So pay attention to when things launch. Pay attention to the amount of money flowing into things. We've had that conversation 38,000 times, as I keep telling you. The bulk of the money is just moving into two coins. But yeah, I think there are going to be some other winners over the next 3 years as we slowly, rapidly move towards that $1 million Bitcoin. Yeah, fun times ahead for a lot of altcoin holders. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.